Hello everyone, this is Dr. Vara Lakshmi, and in this class, let us have the discussion about the directions for the competitive questions as well as for the placements. Now, ninth one, a rat runs 20, whatever the measurement it is, 20 towards the east first movement and turns to the right second movement and runs 10 and turns to the right third movement and runs 9 and again turns to the left fourth movement and runs 5 and then turns to the left, this is the fifth movement, and runs 12 and finally turns to the left. 6 turnings it has taken, 6th turning, and runs 6. Now, which direction is the rat facing? So if it is that one, we need not to focus. You maybe thinks that why should I have to take this one? They have asked me the direction only. Why should I have to take all this measurement between one turn to another turn? Means obviously we have to take the measurements whether we calculate the distance or not. But it will be differs because from this, for example, rat is there and from A points to B it is 9. And from this, it goes to this C direction for 4. Again from C, and how many meters, whether it has below to the 9 or above to the 9 and what kind of directions it has moved under all. If we have to know, we have to take the measurements are also. If they have not given any measurements, then only we can proceed with this direct one. But if they have mentioned this number of that one only, we have to do that one. If the numbers they have not given means data is inadequate, we can straight away go for this data is inadequate. So that's way. So let's have a look on this one. So first of all, a rat runs 20 towards east means from this one. So 20 meters, 20 kilometers, whatever this measurement it is, but you can take it as uniformity. That is 20 from east direction and turns to the right. East to the right means it goes to the south and runs 10. And from this third movement, again it right side means it goes in the west. It is 9 means obviously this 20 will be divided into 11 and 9. The below is 9. Now it is in the third one. First, second, third. Now see the fourth one. Fourth turn is left. Left from the west to this left means it is going in the south direction. 5. And then turns to the left. So from south to the left means east direction and runs 12. So from this one, 12 means I have to, more than this one, it is 9. Parallelly it is 9 plus 3. Parallelly it is 9 and 3, 12. And finally turns left. Now it is in the east direction and it has turns to the left means it is going in the south direction. It will goes in this 6. So parallelly it is 5. More than this one means you can draw up to here. It is parallelly 5 plus 1. Now which direction is the rat facing means north direction. And from the starting point, for example, for the same question, from the starting point, in which direction is the rat now means. So now at the starting point, we can have this plus symbol and from this one, it is in this direction means it is in this southeast direction. So southeast direction, it is there. So in that way, we can answer such kind of questions. Next, 10th question. I am facing south. I turned right and walked 20 meters. Then I turned right and again and walked 10 meters. So first I am facing south, he said. First direction, standing position it is. First thing we have to remember. And turned right, this is a second thing. So it is a first turn and walks 20 meters. Then I turn right, that is the third movement. and again and walk 10 meters. Then I turn left, it is the fourth movement, and walk 10 meters, and then turning to the right, that is a fifth movement, and walk 20 meters. Then I turn right again, this is a sixth movement of that one, right again and walk 60 meters. In which direction am I from the starting point means, so first they are facing this south direction, now in this downside direction. So from this south, he has turned right. So if you have forgot this one, in which direction are they turned right means, so definitely this problem will be goes wrong. So from the south to the right means he is moving in the west. So now, so that's where this twist is there in this question. First, they have not given straight away the west direction. They have given they are facing the south and I turned right means now first movement is at west direction and walk 20 meters. This is the starting point. Then I turned right, north direction. So they turned right and walk 10 meters. Then I turn left. So from this north, left means again west direction. So left up to 10 meters. Up to 10 meters, yes, done. Fourth one is done. And then turning to the right. So from the west direction, right means he goes to this north one, right, and walk 20 meters. Then I turn again, I turn right again, north to the right means, so he goes to this east direction, north to the right means, north to the right means he goes to the east direction and walks 60 meters means 10, parallelly 30, parallelly 30 means more than this one he goes, more than this 10, 10 and 20 and more than this one he goes to this in this 60 meters. In which direction am I from the starting point means, if we have taken this one, so this is the starting point and he is somewhere else in this one means he is in the, so this is the northeast, in between this one it will be called as northeast. So from the starting point he is at northeast direction. He is at northeast direction. So this is the way to answer such kind of questions. Next one, Rohit walked 25 meters towards south. So first one is south and then he turned to his left. So second one and walked 20 meters. He then turned to his left, third one, and walked 25 meters. He again turned to his right. So that is the fourth movement of his and walked 15 meters. At what distance is he from the starting point and in which direction is he? So Rohit walked 25 meters towards this south means south direction it is 25 meters. And then he turned to his left. So from the south to the left means the east direction. He goes to this 20 meters. He then turns to his left. So now from the east to the left means north direction and walked 25 meters. So 25 meters means parallel to this one. It is 25 meters. Now he is at a north one and he again turns to his right. So from this north, right means east towards that one. 15 meters. 15 meters. At what distance is he from the starting point means the starting point, this is the starting point and parallel to this one we can dot 20 meters and here it is 15 meters. 20 plus 15 it is 35 meters plus. In which direction is he now means, so at the end he is at east direction. So 35 meters at east direction he is. Ramakant walks northwards. After a while, he turns. So first of all, he walks northwards. After a while, he turns to his right. So second position. and a little further to his left. So this is the third one. To his left, this is the third one. Finally, after walking a distance of 1 kilometer, he turns to his left again. This is the fourth moment. In which direction is he moving now? So first of all, Ramakant walks northwards direction, starting point. So northwards directions. He is at the northwards direction. After a while, after some period, but they have not given any of the distance of that one, he turns to his right. So now he is at east direction. Second turning, and a little further to his left. So from the east to the next left means north direction, third turn. Finally, after walking a distance of 1 kilometer, so from this one he has turned 1 kilometer and he turns to his left. So from the north to the left means he goes to the west. Now, in which direction is he moving now means west. But if they have asked you from the starting point in which direction is he means we can't answer because we don't know from this starting point whether he has gone beyond to that one or below to that one or he stopped here only. What is the distance between all these ones? We don't know that one. So that questions, if they asked you, then the answer is data is inadequate. But if only finally in which directions means, then we can give the answer without knowing this distance of traveling from one direction to another direction. Next, 13th question. From his house, Lokesh went 15 kilometers to the north. So from his house, the first turn is the north. Then he turned west and covered 10 kilometers. So the second turning, this is the first turning and covered 10 kilometers. Then he turned south and covered third one south and covered 5 kilometers. Finally, turning to the east. So this is the fourth moment of that person. He covers 10 kilometers. In which direction is he from his house means? So from his house, Lokesh went 15 kilometers towards this one. This is the house of him and he has moved 15 kilometers towards the north. Then he turns west. So west side he has turned and has covered 10 kilometers. Then he has turned south and covered 5 kilometers. So which means immediately we have to change this as 15 as 5 and 10. That we should not forget that one. Finally, turning to the east, he covers 10 kilometers means parallel to this line means he touches this one and east direction. In which direction is he from his house means this is the house and from this house if we have seen and he is at the north direction. From the house he is at the north direction because he is at this axis, right? So that's where the answer is the north. Next, 14th question if we have seen. Going 50 meters to the south of her house, Radhika turns left and goes another 20 meters. So going 50 meters to the south. So first thing is the south of her house. Radhika turns left, second moment and goes another 20 meters. Then turning to the north, this is the third moment. So this is a combination of both directions and the turns, that is left and right. So third one, north, she goes 30 meters and then starts walking to her house. In which direction is she walking now? So generally what we will more focus here is south, north. This one only will take into the consideration. But they just to confuse us, in middle of that one, they will give you this left and right turnings are also. So that's why while writing this, while solving this one or while understanding this question itself, you have to read that problem and you have to underline what are the all the sequential turnings of that particular person. So going 50 meters to the south of her house, Radhika. So starting one. So 50 meters towards to the south means this is a starting one. To the south, she has started 50 meters. This is the starting point. And we don't know where is her house is around and Radhika turns left. So from the south, left means in the east direction and goes 20 meters. And then turning to the north, she goes 30 meters. Immediately we have to split this 50 as 30 and 20. There we have to end this one. So now there we have to end. Here it is the 30 meters. And then started walking to her house. So now from this one, so she has started towards her house. She has started towards her house means it is a north, east, west and south means in which direction is she means now she is walking towards her house means northwest direction. Now the 15th question, if we have seen, A walks 10 meters in front and 10 meters to the right. So then every time turning to his left, he walks 5, 15 and 15 meters respectively. How far is he from now his starting point? They have not mentioned the initial stage of his turns. So we can take any of this direction. Generally, while solving this kind of questions or while seating arrangements are also, we prefer the north direction because first of all we have learned very easy while writing also left hand side is LHS equals to RHS means left hand side equals to right hand side. This is more comfortable for us and mind is tuned for that one. So we can take any of the directions because they have asked you this 5 meters. But in which direction are they, distance we can find here, but in which direction are they means whatever the based on the assumption, the answer will be differs. So that's why A walks 10 meters in front means we can take any of the direction. You can take of your own direction, but I'm taking this north direction. He has moved 10 meters in front and 10 meters to the right. So from this north, right side means because I have assumed it is a north. If it is the south, again it will be differs. You better while practicing in all the directions, you better try this one. And 10 meters to the right. So that is the second one. Then every time he turns to his left, he walks 5, 15 and 15 meters. So from the east, left means he goes to the north. 5 meters. Again from the left means he goes to the in the west direction and that to 15. He is in this 15 means the second turn is 15 means parallelly it is 10 meters and 5 meters. And again to the left means he goes to this south direction and 15 meters respectively means. So from this one parallelly it is 5 and parallelly it is 10. So total 15 one. So if we have taken this one straight away, this parallel to this one 5 kilometers. About this 5 kilometers. Sorry, 5 meters. 5 meters. It is not kilometers, it is a 5 meters. This is a way to answer this kind of questions. Next, 16th one. The door of Aditya's house faces the east. The very, very important one, the twisted ones will becomes here. So the door of this Aditya's house is facing the east. From the back side of his, he has moved means. If the house is facing the east, the back side of his house means he has moved in west direction. If we forgot to take this into the consideration, definitely our answer may go wrong. So be clear for every line, for every word, there should be a meaning. So hidden meanings might be there. So beneath that one, you understand that one. So the door of Aditya's house is faces the east. That is not a movement. From the back side of his means, we have to make it as the west. This is the first turn. So this is the first one. He walks 50 meters. And then he turns to the right means this is a second movement and walks 50 meters again. Finally, he turns towards the left. This is a third movement and stops after walking 25 meters again. Now, Aditya is in which direction from the starting point they are asking. So, first you have seen from the back side of his house means from the west direction, he walks 50 meters. So, towards the west direction, he has moved 50 meters. Then turns to the right. So he goes to the north direction and walks 50 meters. Again, finally he turns to the left. So now he is in the west direction. Left and stops after walking 25 meters. Now, the question is not like in which direction is he. Aditya is in which direction from the starting point. So, this is a starting point. So, from the starting point, from that point, we have to draw this one. And this ending point is in which directions means this is a north, this is a west. In between that one is called as northwest direction. So this kind of questions, most frequently asked questions, that is assuming or the changing of one directions to another one. For all these ones, let us have the draw our basic elements, that is north, east, west and south. You better draw this line based on this pattern while practicing only, but if you have very thorough of that one, and it is okay for us. Okay. And in between that one, northeast and southeast, southwest and northwest. Now, southeast called east. So now what they are saying is southeast is becoming east. So this is the new assumptions of that one. So now southeast has become east and northeast is called west. So northeast is called as the southeast is called as the east and northeast is called as the west and southwest is called as the south. And so on. So which means the remaining northwest will be the north. What will north be called? So north is between north be called means actually north will become northwest. But so which one will be called as the north means it between northeast, I'm sorry, again this problem I am repeating. The entire 17th question I am repeating. So 17th one, this kind of questions we should be remember and we have to draw our diagram of this directions plane, that is north, east, west, south. In between this is called as the northeast. In between these two is called as the southeast. In between these two is called as the southwest. And between these two is called as the northwest directions. So southeast is called east. Northwest is called southeast is called east. And northwest is called west and southwest is called south. Then obviously, so south, east, west is done. Opposite to this one, northeast will be called as the north. So what will north be called means northeast will be called as north. So the answer is second. Then similar to this one, the pattern of that question might be differs, but that is so north, east, west, south. This is northeast. This is the southeast. This is the southwest. and this is the northwest. Now, if southeast becomes north, that is southeast will become north and northeast becomes west. And so on means opposite to the west, then southwest will be become east. Opposite to the southeast, northwest will become south. The question is, what will be the actual west becomes? So actual west, this is the actual west. This will become this between the south and east. So the actual west will become southeast. So the question, actuals means actually the green marks which I have mentioned are the actuals and the new ones are all the red marks. So that if the question is actual ones, then we have to answer in that way only. If they have asked you this opposite ones, what will be the southwest means east is the answer, and what will be the northwest becomes means south. But the question is, what will be the actual west becomes means the actual west will become between south and east means the answer is south and southeast. 19th one. One morning after sunrise, Rita and Kavita were talking to each other face to face at Tilak Square. If Kavita's shadow was exactly to the right of Rita, which direction Kavita was facing? So one morning after sunrise means morning times. If Rita and Kavita were facing to each other means generally, if it is this directions of this one, east, north, west and the south. So at the east direction, if we are all there at the morning, if you are facing the east, your shadow will be in front of you. Your shadow will be at west, and the right side persons means the right side at the morning means the right side persons means at the south direction, and north directions means it is in the left position. At the evening, if it is the sun is at the west position, now the left side the shadow will becomes means that is in the north direction, and the left south directions means it is in the left position. So it is in the morning means we will consider this formula. One morning after the sunrise, Rita and Kavita were talking to each other face to face in the Tilak Square. So where Kavita's shadow was exactly to the right of Rita means, so Kavita's shadow is exactly to the right of Rita means Rita is here and Kavita is in this one. So face to face they are all facing means, so Kavita is facing the north direction because she is facing this Rita, whereas the Rita is facing the Kavita means now Rita is in the facing of Kavita means Rita is facing the south direction, whereas the Kavita is facing the south direction. So always you remember that one, left and right positions means north and south positions at the time of sunrises, the shadows, what is the shadows at the morning, and if it is evening or afternoon, mostly they won't give you afternoon, the shadow will be that the same there only, and after that evening positions and all it will be reverse, right and left positions. So that's way we can solve these kind of questions based on these formulas. Now one evening before sunset, two friends Sumit and Mohit were talking to each other face to face. One evening, it is a reverse to this previous problem. If Mohit's shadow was exactly to the right side, so if Mohit's shadow was exactly to the right side, which direction was Sumit is facing? So evening means, so above is the right direction and below is the left direction. So that Mohit's shadow was exactly to the right means. So Mohit is here and Sumit is here. Now Sumit is here. Which direction was Sumit is facing? Sorry, I'm again 20th question I'm telling again repeatedly. The 20th question again similar to this previous problem. One evening before sunset, two friends Sumit and Mohit were talking to each other face to face. If Mohit's shadow was exactly to the right side of Sumit means. So now at the evening, above is the north side means the right, and below side is the left, south side means. And this is the east direction, this is the west direction, and this is the north and south. If you have seen, Mohit's shadow was exactly to the right side of that means. So Sumit is at this position, right side, and Mohit was here, and his shadow, Mohit's shadow is at the right positions. Means at this right position, who is there? Sumit is there. So, and that too, they are facing each other means Sumit is facing the south direction and Mohit is facing the north direction. So now Sumit is facing the south direction. Next kind of questions. After walking 6 kilometers, I turned right and covered a distance of 2 kilometers. And then first, if you have seen, after walking 6 kilometers, they have said, but they have not given any direction, in which direction is they moving. I turned right. As per us, this is the first one, right, and covered a distance of 2 kilometers. And then turned this left. This is the second one, and covered a distance of 10 kilometers. In the end, I was moving towards the north. So this is the third one. And from which direction did I start my journey? So for these kind of questions, we can come from the last one, that like in the reverse pattern, or simply we can make this right as the left and left as the right. There, these in this way also we can find the distances of this kind. But it is better always to go with this last pattern. In the end, I was moving towards the north means at the end point he is at the north direction. Before to this one, how much of distance he has covered to reach to this north? 10 kilometers. And then turned to the left and covered this one. If he is at which direction? Means if he is at the west direction, then only to his if he is at the east direction, then if he turns to the left, then only he will goes to this north one. So that's way he is at there also he has a distance of 2 kilometers. He has turned and he has covered a distance of 2 kilometers. I turned right. So in which direction he was initially means if he is initially at the north direction, to the right only. So if he is at the north position, if he stands to the right, then only he can goes to the east. So he has traveled 6 kilometers. So this is the first one. So first of all, again, if we come to know this one, first direction after walking 6 kilometers means first, as per the answer, first he has moved 6 kilometers towards the north. I turned right means he goes to the east and covered 2 kilometers, and then turns to the left means from the east, again left means he goes to this north of and covered 10 kilometers. In the end, I was moving towards the north. From which direction did I start my journey means, so from initially he was at north direction. So like this, you can come in this reverse order, or you simply convert this from this north direction only. So north direction, so 10 kilometers from this north. So he has turned left means, so goes to this right. Right means east. And from this east, again right turn means to the right will be become left, reverse become means east to this means he goes to the north position. So this is the answer. So you can go either in this reverse order or you can go in this two ways of assumptions also. So next kind of question. A, B, C, D are playing caroms. Caroms means they are all in the square box. So they have to sit in these directions only, square box. And A, B are partners, whereas D faces towards north. So D faces towards the north means, so here what we have to see is this directions should be like this. They are all sitting means they are all the inner facing. The directions might be different. D faces towards this north means D is at south, and if A faces towards the west, now A. So A partners with B means B is here, and D will be D's opposite, C will be there. If A faces towards the west, so if A faces towards the west, D faces the north means it is at the south, but here it is D faces the north, and A faces towards the west means A will be here and B will be here. Then who faces towards the south? So opposite to the D, C is there and C faces the south. So this is the way to answer these questions. So thank you everyone.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.